Our story began with a dream to see if we could take on an industry. It wasn't easy, but slowly, good began to happen. We put our name on the map. Conquered industries, even ventured into new ones. But could we have done more? As the world produced more energy, it became nature's problem, and we were part of it. An answer was needed to put the world on a more sustainable path. So we gathered our strength and together started connecting the dots. Our purpose became clear: to become a progressive energy and solutions partner, enriching lives for a sustainable future. To reduce emissions, grow renewable energy, bring education to more, champion social impact, and promote a circular economy. To achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050, we searched for solutions beyond today and found the immense potential in the energy of tomorrow, where oil and gas can find new life, where plastic bottles can move cars, where carbon dioxide can breathe life into machines, where animals and people can live side by side, and where education is an opportunity every child could have. Let's connect the dots together and create a more sustainable future for all, so that our next generation will always have something to look forward to.
Petroleum Nasional Berhad, Petronas, is Malaysia's national petroleum corporation, founded by Tengku Razaleek Hamzah, the chairman of Perbadanan Nasional Berhad or Pernas. It was incorporated in 1974 under the Companies Act 1965 and is wholly owned by the Malaysian government. The entire ownership and control of petroleum resources in Malaysia rests with Petronas through the Petroleum Development Act 1974. Petronas is engaged in the exploration and production of oil and gas, oil refining, marketing and distribution of petroleum products, trading, gas processing and liquefaction, gas transmission pipeline networks operation, marketing of liquefied natural gas, petrochemical manufacturing and marketing, shipping, and property investment. The total number of the company's employees is close to 40,000. Petronas has grown from its role as a manager and regulator of Malaysia's upstream sector, part of the oil industry responsible for the exploration and recovery of oil and natural gas reserves into a fully integrated oil and gas corporation. At present, it has business interests in 37 countries. Petronas companies 100 wholly owned subsidiaries, with 19 partially owned outfit and 55 associate companies. The company is ranked among the Fortune Global 500 largest corporations of the world. Vision and mission statement is important to organization to ensure the success of community initiative. This statement explains organization aspiration in a concise manner and help to focus on what is really important and provide a basis for developing other aspects of strategic plan. Petronas' vision is to be a leading gas infrastructure and utilities company. Petronas Gas Berhad process and transport natural gas through the peninsular gas utilization to end users in the power, industrial and commercial sector. While Petronas' mission is to be a business entity, gas infrastructure and utilities is core business, operates safely, reliably, and competitively, and optimize the gas value chain to maximize return for stakeholders. Every industry experiences change over time, and the staffing industry is no exception. The staffing industry is constantly evolving as new technologies and methods are introduced. Staffing can be defined as the systematic process of recruiting and selecting the right person, providing training and development, giving proper remuneration, and conducting performance appraisal. In Petronas, there will be some issue of staffing challenge that they are facing and need to improve in future. First is career development or career progression. At Petronas, career progression can be slow, although learning curve can be steep if employees get into the right department, and at the same time, compensation-wise and benefit is slightly below market. Technical career progression is much more assessment-oriented without taking into account employee significant contribution in project delivery. Revision of grading system for career ladder promotion indirectly suppress career progression. There are two main things for technical career progression: compulsory years of service plus pass the technical assessment with flying colours. Second is lack of diversity. According to Glassdoor review, low diversity is one of the staff challenge at Petronas. Lack of diversity in certain positions like management or public safety can potentially lead to a lack of trust with the community. It can also create problems with keeping diverse staff. According one of reviewer, for a multinational or global company, the diversity is not enough because it is more than 1,800% are of the same nationality and same race or culture. Third is work culture. In Petronas, office politics exists in that organization. There are the activities performed by individuals to improve their status and advance their personal agenda, and sometimes at the expense of others. The self-serving actions are informal or unofficial and could be the reason why politics in the workplace comes with a negative connotation. Because of limited position within organization, individual looks for various ways to get promoted. When a person wants to control a project, they often seek to get the approval of others, usually their senior co-workers. They are also practice bureaucratic environment which is organization have a pyramid-shaped hierarchy. This means there are fewer positions to be filled as one climbs up the ranks. Not everyone gets the promotion they are after, as only a handful of the executive positions are available.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aina Bila. I will explain about staffing model and HR planning. Staffing models is a process of requiring, deploying, and retaining a workforce for sufficient quantity and quality to create positive impact on the organization effectiveness. From my observation, Petronas using staffing quality person to job match. Job are categorized by their requirements and rewards. Individuals are categorized via qualification, KSES, and motivation. There is a need for match between person and the job, and it will be positive impact to the HR outcome, employee satisfaction, retention, and job performance. Petronas is using innovative recruitment program. We can see there are several methods that Petronas utilize to hire employees, such as data employee review, site managing and aging, workforce exclusive job advert, video interviewing, employee reference, and mobile recruiting. Next is Young Talent Program. Petronas also has Young Talent Program to attract, for example, SPM students to join Petronas when they graduated with flying colours. In this category, the Young Talent candidate will be given sponsorship to continue studies, and they will be sent to local universities such as University Technology of Petronas and abroad for certain courses like engineering and businesses. Petronas also provide the executive with tools needed and develop talents in an organized way, as well as variety career program to help employees advance in their career. Apart from that, Petronas also look for candidates with abilities to join them, especially in technical sites, and they have developed programs like in steps to create sources of technical workers with specific subspecialties such as railing, welding, and to be working at offshores. Their knowledge and ideas and skills are adverse and dynamic to bring Petronas and thrive to the worldwide employee of choice through comprehensive talent management and the leadership development programs. Lastly is retention system management. Employee retention process various policies and practice that allow employee to stay with the company for a longer period. Hence, Petronas will invest time and money in grooming a new hire and prepare them for their staff to be at a corporate ready material, bringing them on par with existing employee. This is because losing the talent employee will bring a lot of disadvantages to the company itself, and hiring process for new employee is not easy for the HR recruiting teams. Human resource planning have four. First is future HR demand. Future HR demand is second top in HR planning. It's to analyze and process Petronas' future workforce requirement. The HR variables are taken into consideration, such as layoff, retirement, vacancies, promotion, and transfers. Next is demand forecast. Demand forecast need to be matched with current supply of the future demand of the HR. To get demand forecast that is crucial to Petronas to understand the business strategy and objective in the long run. Therefore, the workforce demand forecast is aligned to the organization goal. Next is hiring, sourcing strategies and implementation. And lastly is technical program, which is in step.
There are some points job analysis that related to Petronas. First, it can help Petronas itself to await the changes. Although we can easily see work as static and stable in Petronas, but in fact work constantly change. Staffing employees were often engaged in work who will change, fine-tuning of work or to adapt environmental conditions. The reason why some error could be happening during the process of the job analysis are mainly because of the obsolete description. Job analysis process should explore the changes for the nature of work in addition to the static definition of work. The second point, by performing a job analysis, human resource personnel can clarify the role needs as well as define employer expectation. Essentially, everything Petronas need to write the most accurate job description and produce the best job ever for the requirements needs. In order to recruit a person for the job, Petronas should know the detailed requirements of the job and the traits the person should in order to perform the job. And the last point, position analysis aids Petronas in the evaluation of the employee performance by establishing specific performance standard by each job. It compares the actual performance of each employee to the predefined standard. There are two job analysis techniques: job description, written statement of the content of the job are implemented, include title, duties, relationship of the job. Job specification, Petronas have written quality required for the job, include education, training, and experience. There are two types recruitment and selection by Petronas: internal and external. Transfer and internal transfer policy lays out how an employee can transfer or be promoted a new role within related field. Promotion, platform that dedicated exclusively for executive who is embarking on their leadership development journey through the Professional Excellence PE program and the Building Leaders program BLP. Retirement hiring program. This program created by Petronas even is a contract-based employment, but the main intention is to create and maintain the security data of company. How about the external? GEES program. This is a 12-month training program introduced by the Petronas in collaboration with the government, Malaysian, enhance the marketability of the unemployed Malaysian graduate and to be absorbed in Petronas. Another external recruitment method is Petronas is internship. Internship is the offer to the university student to complete their internship semester and get a chance to work in the Petronas company. And the last one is via internet advertisement. It's one of the method recruitment by Petronas. It's their own official website and they use it normally post the information and notice about the job vacancy.
Assalamualaikum. I will continue with suggestion for improving tele-recruitment, staffing flows and staffing method strategies. The staffing process helps to select the right person with appropriate skills, qualification and experience to recruit them to different positions and jobs in organization. Staffing means the process of filling and keeping various roles in an organization field. Here are 5 of the most effective methods to enhance the recruiting efforts by leveraging existing resources and utilizing the right tools. First, use an applicant tracking system. An applicant tracking system is the most crucial component of a successful recruitment strategy. An APS gives recruiters the ability to follow prospects throughout the entire hiring process, from application to offer letters, and automate communication to ensure that top candidates don't get lost in the mix. Perhaps more crucially, an application monitoring system may assist you in pinpointing the sources of the bulk of your qualified candidates, whether they are job boards, social media, or your career websites. Using this information, recruiters may decide which strategies are the most effective and merit investing more money in, as well as which one they should abandon. Only include must-have in the job description. According to studies, men are more inclined to apply for positions where they just need to meet 60% of the qualification, whilst women are less likely to do so. Including superfluous information will significantly reduce your pool of potential candidates, such as certification you are eager to obtain or side job. As a result, you could need to extend your candidate search, which will cost you more time and more money. A small talent pool will also make it difficult for you to assemble a diversified workforce that represents your community and your target market. To attract more qualified candidates, tighten up the job description. 3. Prioritize candidate communication. Prospects who are interested in your business will look elsewhere if you leave them hanging, even if it's only to check in and say, "Hey, new news yet?" Stay in touch with applicants throughout the entire process. Elite applicants are probably receiving many offers or are at the very least on the radar or other company. They won't wait around if they haven't heard from you in a while, or if they are unsure or when they should anticipate a response from you. Maintaining candidates as a variable alternative will prevent you from having to restart your search by keeping them from front of mind with them and at the top of their inbox. 4. Lean on the current employees. In order to increase your recruitment efforts without incurring additional costs, look to your current team members to fill unfilled positions. These 3 strategies can assist involving your present workers in your hiring process. 5. Meet candidates where they are a significant choice. Is where to find candidates. A social media recruiting strategy will undoubtedly be effective if you are seeking for applicants who are just starting their careers. On the other hand, traditional job sites are more likely to have access to experienced individuals. In either case, not using the appropriate sourcing tools will result in time and resource waste. It will be simpler to contact with prospective applicants sooner if your pursuit channels you are aware are filled with your professionals in your sector. Prior to commencing your recruitment campaign, it's important to identify where these specific job seekers are. The quality of your applicant will be increased and the amount of labor necessary to employ them will decrease if you concentrate on the correct sourcing tools rather than trying them all.
Hi, my name is Petronas and I will present regarding suggestion for improving talent recruitment in management and administration. First of all, to widen and redefine job qualification. What I mean is that when you do the same job day in and day out, it can become mundane or boring. It may seem like you show up to work, go through the motions and come back the next day to do it all over again. Sometimes it's not the type of work that needs a makeover, but the tasks, responsibilities and roles that do. Job redesign looks specialty at ways to expand an employee's job by designing certain aspects relating to the scope and depth of what is that an employee does and is responsible for the organization. In doing so, the manager essentially prevents an employee from losing motivation and interest in their work. There are 3 ways a manager can redesign an employee's job. job enrichment, job enlargement, and job rotation. Is to recruit for the attitude and train for skills. What I mean, there is technical skill required for undertaking any job. It becomes far easier to train a person exhibiting attribute for desired level or skill. Some qualities identifying a candidate who may have the potential to become successful in their as drive. That means people who are successful have a strong drive, a strong desire to ensure that things get done in time. Take full charge in any situation and also take pride in getting the things done. They have the so-called fire in the belly, attribute which they strongly demonstrate when you interact with them. They also take absolute ownership of whatever task is assigned to them and do not wait for condition to be perfect before they take action. They don't believe in perfect planning but believe more in taking action and are also quick to modify their action as per the changes to learn. These are the people who are willing to learn and are quick to admit if they don't know something. They are motivated to improve their knowledge when they realize that there is a scope for improvement. They constantly strive to learn new skills and behaviors and are quite adaptive to changing technologies or market requirements. They believe in learning multidimensional skills and which goes a long way in increasing their chances of taking up higher roles in an organization. Some more is perseverance. Successful people exhibit realistic as they believe in taking action is positive about the outcome. They positively allow them to be resilient even when the things don't go their way. They don't take failure personally as they understand that failure is a part of the journey and have the foresight to learn from their mistake. They have a lot of self-control and are high in their emotional quotient, which helps them to admit when they are wrong so they can focus on the solution rather than wasting time in finding scapegoat. Number 10 is gather and evaluate candidate feedbacks. Gather and evaluate candidate feedback rediscovery is another method that might save Petronas recruiters time and money. A candidate who has recently accepted a job offer from an organization is not likely to give the hiring process a positive review in the media. The candidate who were turned down, on the other hand, probably had a lot to say about the employer's reputation. The management of Petronas recruiter should show the advantage of this chance to gather and evaluate applicant feedback, and they will gain important insight into how candidates see their recruiting process as a result of this, and they will learn what needs to change and what this process can also be speed up using automation technologies. Consequently, recruiters should never stop communicating with applicants. They do not regret, for instance, they could continue to communicate with former interns from Petronas. Any related elements or components? First, to enhance human resource standard. So we have to align business strategy with external and internal factors. Ensure all talent strategy align with the company's overall plan. Get ahead of your competitors by being proactive. Evaluate what training is essential and execute it well. And last but not least, use various tools to assess the capability of communication through the whole organization. There are 6 ways to improve communication through the whole organization. First, provide the right tools. First and foremost, you must provide your employees with tools to communicate. today people want to communicate at work like they do on their private life. Okay, but like WhatsApp, messaging. Second, be open and transparent. Honesty is the best policy, right? This is one of the most important rules of successful organizational communication. In other words, you need to be share good and bad news too. Number three is listen to what employees have to say. Upward communication is just as important as downward organizational communication. Employees need to know how their employees feel. Employers need to know how their employees feel and think. Number four is to facilitate frequent feedback. What I mean is feedback is essential to employees, which research shows that 65% of employees want more feedback to make sense of their work. Number five is diversity communication. What I mean is, especially in the organizational communication can be endangered if the communication channels are limited. Whatever platform to communicate with our employees. Number six is lastly, number six is organize team building activities. Out with someone, the easier it is to understand them. It's no different to the workplace. Employees that spend time together outside of work communicate better with their employees. All aspect of teamwork. How we want to improve aspect of teamwork. There are three elements of successful teamwork. First, communication. Open communication help your team understand each other and reach better decisions. Support. Second, support. Essential element of teamwork is everyone's willingness to support and nurture one another. Number three is help. Strong team consists of co-workers who are eager to help each other. Okay, for the conclusion, both internal and external sources of employees should be examined during the recruitment process. Through recruitment and selection, procedures should be undertaken. Petronas need to adapt and be innovative in tackling challenges and time ahead. Recruiting and selection is an important quality of any organization workforce. By implementing recruiting and can help company grow. Moreover, the efficiency of a company selection process can have an impact on key business results, including productivity and financial performance.